Imagine sitting in class, half listening, half scrolling, thinking about lunch or your next class. Then the announcement comes. Lockdown. Your heart jumps, your teacher's voice changes, desks scrape, the room goes silent in a way that doesn't feel normal. For millions of students in the United States, this isn't imagination. It's a drill, and unfortunately, sometimes it's real. On February 13th, 2023, Michigan State University was the victim of a school shooting. My grandpa was working when it happened. He was a chef at MSU at the time. That day, he was working in Holmes Hall. That hall is about 2,600 feet away from Berkeley Hall, where the shooting occurred. That tragedy took the life of 3 people and left 5 critically injured. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, firearms are the leading cause of death for children and teens in America. And school shootings, while statistically rare compared to other forms of gun violence, have a massive psychological impact on students, teachers, families, and communities. When we talk about school shootings, it helps to see the bigger picture of firearm violence in the U.S. In 2023, firearms were the leading cause of death for young people ages 1 to 17, surpassing car accidents, cancer, and other causes. That year, more than 2,500 children and teens were killed by guns, nearly 7 every day. And overall in the U.S., there were about 46,728 firearm deaths in 2023, an average of 1 every 11 minutes. These numbers show that gun violence isn't just a problem in isolation. It affects communities, families, and schools in deep ways. Since the 1999 Columbine shooting, there have been over 420 school shootings in the U.S. That means many students have experienced a school shooting, even if they weren't physically injured. One study estimates that at least 390,000 students have been exposed to a shooting at their school since 1999. Even if shootings are rare compared to other forms of gun violence, the fear and disruption they cause ripple across classrooms, neighborhoods, and families. Here's the question we don't ask enough. What if school shootings aren't just tragedies, but preventable ones? Research shows something important. These events often leave warning signs. The U.S. Secret Service has studied targeted school violence acts and found that most attackers shared concerning behaviors beforehand. Online posts, threats, drastic behavioral changes, or telling peers about their plans. This doesn't mean that they're easy to predict, but it does mean that these events rarely come out of nowhere. When we treat them as random, we miss the opportunity to intervene. Another uncomfortable truth, access to firearms plays a role. The National Institute of Justice reports that many school shooters obtained guns from their own homes or relatives. That raises a difficult question. How do we ensure firearms are stored securely? Safe storage practices, locked, unloaded firearms, stored separately from ammunition, are consistently recommended by safety experts. Studies show that they reduce the risk of accidental injury and youth suicide. This isn't about politics, it's about prevention. Safety is not just physical, it's emotional. And here's the paradox. Schools are statistically one of the safest places for children, but the visibility and media coverage of shootings reshape how safe they feel. Perception matters. Schools that implement threat assessment models where concerning behavior is evaluated and addressed before escalation have shown reductions in suspensions and violent incidents. Prevention works when it's proactive, not reactive. In other public health crises, car crashes, smoking, diseases, we didn't just say that's tragic. We studied patterns, improved systems, and changed behavior. Seatbelts didn't prevent crashes, but they saved lives. Prevention doesn't require perfection, it requires effort. School shootings are not an unsolvable mystery. They're a complex problem that require layered solutions. The question isn't if we can do something, it's whether we are willing to treat it like the preventable issue it is. Because safety shouldn't depend on luck. It should depend on action. You might be wondering, what can I do? If you're a student, practice see something, say something. It's so important to report anything or anyone who seems suspicious or unsafe. Trust your gut. Encourage supportive conversations, not isolation. Speak up if someone seems distressed or threatening. Take warning signs seriously. If you're in a community, advocate for evidence-based safety support, promote mental health in schools and neighborhoods, support policies that keep youth safe. What are the warning signs? Online posts with guns or threatening messages, direct threats, and drastic changes in behavior. And telling peers about their plans. Practice safe storage in your home. Locked and unloaded, stored separately from ammunition, kept in safes or lock boxes. Prevention isn't a single policy or program. It's a network of choices, big and small, that protect lives. Safer schools aren't built by one law or one leader. They're built by communities that refuse to look away. Thank you.